Here are today's top news stories and why they matter. We begin in Ivory Coast, where President Alassane Ouattara's intention to run in October's presidential election, potentially securing a fourth term in office, has sparked mixed reactions across the country. Why does this matter? At 83, Ouattara's bid reflects a growing pattern among African leaders who remain in power well into old age. He joins Cameroon's Paul Biya, 92, who is pursuing an eighth term after more than 40 years in office. What has been the reaction? While Ouattara's party, the RHDP, is backing him, critics and analysts argue that legal systems are being manipulated to suppress opposition voices.
It must be said that this is really not a surprise when we know that the activists unanimously asked Mr. Ouattara to be the RHDP host for the 2025 presidential election. So on analysis, it's really not a surprise, only that it took everyone by surprise. You know that in politics, every action calls for a reaction. The President of the Republic and the ruling party have acted, and the opposition will certainly react. The opposition's reaction was scheduled for Saturday, August 2, only that this demonstration was banned by the prefecture of Abidjan.
What's your take on Ouattara's decision? Share your thoughts in the comments. To Tanzania now, where the ruling party Chama Cha Mapinduzi, CCM, has released its preliminary list of parliamentary candidates. Instead of fostering unity, the list has stirred controversy over notable exclusions. DW's Naomi Joseda tells us why this story matters.
This development is prompting serious questions about the party's commitment to internal democracy and its openness to diverse perspectives. As the election campaign period nears, analysts and citizens alike are expressing concern that the next parliament may be dominated by conformist voices.
Just 2 days before they released the names for the candidates for the contestants of the parliamentary position, they conducted the general meeting via online to make some amendments in their own constitution in order to fit their own agenda and pass their own people. So how can you expect these people who are elected later in parliament to serve in favor of the people? How can we expect them to speak for the people?
The executive now is the one which has the mandate to choose the members of parliament, and we have seen the way those who have been so critical to the government have been left out. So it won't be a good parliament.
If things go the way they are, we don't expect much to see it coming from the parliament. The last parliament has shown us that having only one party in the parliament does not at all make holding the government more accountable and more respectable.
And finally, just weeks after signing a peace agreement in Doha, M23 rebels have reignited conflict in eastern DRC, seizing 2 villages in North Kivu. This escalation threatens the fragile ceasefire and casts doubt on the recent peace deal. The DRC government and M23 signed a declaration of principles in Qatar, a deal hailed by the UN as a pathway to lasting peace. Why does this matter? This could signal the collapse of yet another peace initiative. It raises serious concerns about the effectiveness of international mediation and the commitment of armed groups to lasting peace. And that's all we had time for today. Don't forget to leave a comment, share, like, and subscribe to our channel DW Africa. I'm Lucy Riley.